frustrated by incomplete road construction projects. Most of these projects have been abandoned for almost a year now, forcing motorists to use one lane for two directions of traffic. Now, with transport being one of the priority economic drivers in the metro, the stalled projects have hit the hardest at the metro's economic goals. Let's bring in now SABC News reporter Palesa Moeti for more on this story. Palesa, a very good morning to you. Talk to us about the frustrations where you currently are.
Well, we are currently on Moshweshwe Road. It's one of several roads here in Mangaung that are under construction. While this project has not been abandoned alongside with the other roads, which include Moshweshwe, or rather Chief Moroka as well as Mapisa Road, they're not necessarily abandoned, but there was a slight delay, according to Mangaung Metro, on the construction project itself. They say that Mangaung Metro actually says that this project is similar to the Rea Vaya project that was in Gauteng, and the aim here is to actually revitalize the roads as well as to improve the public transport network. But also the explanation that we got from the metro is that while there isn't much, while they're not really concerned about a delay, however, they are quite aware that this project, along with all the other roads that I've mentioned, are a huge inconvenience for motorists. For instance, on this road alone, the traffic volumes during peak hours are about 800 cars per hour. And what I can tell you is that, residents obviously as well as motorists are quite frustrated. And because of the situation here in Mangaung, with all the challenges that the municipality is facing, the feeling generally, and we've heard from, taxi drivers as they pass by, people are suspicious obviously, and they feel like, somewhere money has been misused. That's why there's this delay. But to give us clarity on this project and why there was a delay, and just to answer to the frustrations of the people, is the Mangaung Metro spokesperson, Ndante Kondile Kedama. Now, Mr. Kedama, thank you very much for talking to us, but just take us through this project. It's a massive project. Tell us a little bit about it.
The integrated public transport is one of our flag projects. Amongst other things that we're looking into, it is to ease the public transport amongst the members of the community. So obviously we have requested, we have been communicating with our community that they become a bit patient, because it's going to temporarily inconvenience them. But also we're looking at the future, because in future you would want an improved public transport. Amongst other things that we're looking into is making sure that this project does not only improve the road surface, but it also, in a way, brings some kind of economic spin-offs for the city. For an example, if you can look at people who are here, a number of people have been consulted to work as part of the project. The other thing that is critical is that the manner in which it's been constructed, it allows the city to integrate its engineering services, in a sense that when you look at the road that is being constructed here in Moshweshwe, you'd realize that it's being constructed from the bottom up, meaning that you're also going to be improving your stormwater. Not so long we have encountered floods in the city, and these floods, amongst other things that was problematic, it is the stormwater. Now the IPTN, it becomes a holistic approach on road network, because we also at the same time dealing with your stormwater. So by the time we finish with the project, you would have been able to hit two birds with one stone: the stormwater and the improved roads. So this is what is important for the city, because the other things that you would want to improve in the city, like roads, they are also forming part of the bigger flagship. This is the practice that you get throughout the country, if not internationally. You remember what was the situation in Bokota, for an example, in terms of transport, public transport. They improved that. If you look at some of the plans that we are looking into, whether you're talking your Brandwag next to university, we're taking care of your students, the ease of getting to the varsity. But the critical thing that we have to look into, it is to ensure that we engage key stakeholders, which is the taxi industry. And it is against that background that the current support team, the administrators that have been brought into the city to support the municipality, will be meeting with all contractors on Monday to look at the status of the project, because there have been issues that now you are moving very slow. Now there are certain things that are not being done properly. Now the team, as led by Advocate Nzwake Mofokeng, would be meeting with the stakeholders, would be meeting even with the contractors, because they would want to understand, as they report to the Premier, they would want to understand as to what is the status of the project and what is it that people should be looking forward to. But as the city, we are happy that the National Treasury is giving us a support in this project. And what is important is that we have to nurse this project, because at the end of the day, it brings some element of infrastructure development within the city, which is what we need most, because central to service delivery, it is making sure that we are improving the infrastructure. Whether you're talking water, whether you're talking a road network, whether you're talking your sewer and, but the government has to invest in the infrastructure development, and this project is one of the key infrastructure development projects.
Now, just tell us briefly, when will this? You did confirm that there's a delay, and about the concerns of the people. When can these roads be expected to be finished? Because these are main roads that carry the high traffic volumes. When are they going to be completed?
When the executive mayor, Oli Mlameli, engaged the project team, you'd remember that there was a delay with about 1 or 2 months, which was caused obviously by vacations or holidays or your festive amount in December. Now, instead of your March, April, we then had to allow them to finish at least around June. So this is the undertaking that has been given to the executive mayor to say, at least by June, there should be a wrap up in terms of the 3 streets that you have alluded to, that those 3 roads are actually opened, but also taking into consideration that at the moment the community is very, very inconvenienced, and I am sure that we are looking forward to June, making sure that they hand over the project to the executive mayor to officially open it.
Thank you very much. That is Kondile Kedama from the Mangaung Metro. Now we are joined by Ntate Baba Sebulao, who is the party representative or party leader of the EFF in Mangaung Metro. Ntate Baba, you represent views of the community on the ground. Just your comment, please, on what's happening around Mangaung.
Thank you very much. Palesa, it's disturbing to see what is happening right now in Mangaung. Number one, I don't think proper consultation was made with regard to this project we see. We've seen this since last year in April started, and the community keeps on asking us on the ground what is happening. We don't know what is happening. I heard that Kedam is trying to explain, but I can't get exactly what he's saying, because this thing are just talk show. They are talking, there's money involved in this thing, and there are people who have interest in this thing. So it will only depend who's got the muscle to can run with the show. He said they are meeting with the administrator and the contractors on Monday. We will come here on Monday and see if it's true that these people will be here to come and explain to the community of Mangaung when are they going to finish this, because I heard that they said they will finish this program in June. I doubt if in June this program will be done. So it's so frustrating.
Thank you very much. That is Baba Sebulao, who is the EFF's Mangaung municipality party leader. Now, we've heard from the municipality itself, admitting that there's a whole lot of frustration on the ground because of this delay and because these roads are quite important and they run right through Mangaung. And that, there's going to be this meeting where the new administrator, as we know that Mangaung has been placed under administration. So the new administrator will be meeting with the 13 contractors that have been appointed to, take care of this project, to make sure that the roads across Mangaung are in better condition for especially the public transportation network. So we will be following this. We will also speak to the DA later on, but the views of the community on the ground, particularly motorists, they are very frustrated. When we arrived here, they actually said to us, from quite early in the morning, you will see backups, and it's really an uncomfortable situation. But with that, it's back to you in studio.
Yeah, no doubt it's an important story for that region. Palesa, any further developments, get back to us or get you back on air to get the folks the very latest on the story. Palesa Moeti, live for us in the Free State. Good to have you on the story.